They hacked the app. I'm going to see if I can do something here to maybe get that to work. I think we're back on here. They were hacking me. They did something there. Maybe fixed it. All right. So they should be special attorneys to the attorney general because they're probably going to have to shift some of those cases to a different venue. Part of what they're going to work on is a change of venue in Minnesota. I don't believe these cases are just happening to be with these judges. I've seen it before on Republican cases also. Somebody is taking money or taking some sort of remuneration for assigning cases, which begins to worry us in criminal cases also. Because it may just be either for the clerk, somebody in the clerk's office is for sale. Right. And they could be extorted. Remember, I was in the government. They tried to extort me. When they figured they couldn't extort me, they tried to kill me. Right. Well, to me, it was like at a certain point, I'm like, well, is the U.S. attorney doing this to me? What the hell's going on? Right. But there may have been an offer for for corruption, but to me, I don't see it that way. Right. They may have been trying to hire me. I don't know. I mean, it didn't make any sense to me, but they extort me and hire me to be corrupt. But, like I said, you don't really receive the messages they think they're sending you sometimes. They're just weirdos, man. They're all weirdos. Deep state's full of weirdos. So that judge really messed up. Well, they have no authority to follow ICE anymore than they have the authority to follow FBI. I don't know where this all comes from. That judge should have known that. No, there is no such thing as an observer except a court-appointed observer. If you want a court-appointed observer, then no, there is no right. There is inherent secrecy to FBI, ICE, Marshal Service. They don't get to film that stuff. Gosh, what a weirdo. This is national security stuff. I don't care what you think it is. You and your buddy, the governor. It's obvious who the judge is with. Right. And how that person landed on the case is probably corrupt in itself and probably prosecutable. I'm trying to get a disposable knife there. We use disposable silverware in the command center here. Just easier that way when you're working cases, sandwiches and silver plasticware. No, there's no. Again, it's a clear violation of Minnesota stalking statutes. A clear violation. Personally, they have a right not to be stalked, and the government has a right to secrecy. I mean, why the hell would executive privilege exist if you could spy everything? Right. And the methods they're using, it's obvious. Why are we going to sit here and saying they're simple observers? How the hell are they and that mayhem going to sort it out? You better talk to the alleged, supposed unavailable status of protester, but the protester there. That's the reason it's happening. The reason it's happening is the state and local police won't do their job. And that's a violation of federal law. I agree. Enough of this bullshit waiting for the appellate court. Find out why these judges are on those cases. Maybe one or two would, but not 20. Right. Find out who's paying or remunerating or offering remuneration or big hireling for the party. Right. No, there's federal judges that see it. They just can't say anything. Right. Well, outside. Right. But they might start talking pretty soon. Well, it's just beyond any semblance of chance that many ultra-liberal judges will land on those cases. I mean, enough is enough. If a judge is outright ordering federal agents to allow themselves to be stalked, what observing? What are they observing to? When you blow a whistle, you're no longer observing. The only observers that I know about in law enforcement is court-appointed observers. It boggles the mind that you would think that the executive branch has no right to secrecy. It boggles the mind. When a president actually has just about absolute immunity and executive privilege. Go to court and ask for an observer. We'll clear the observer to watch our stuff. It'll be somebody that's famous or semi-famous. And we can follow us around all day in undercover vehicles, filming us, doing whatever they want, but not banging on drums and saying, I'm going to kill your children. I'll tell you right now, 99% of the people they pulled over, Border Patrol, ICE, or anyone else, has got chat logs that could have them charged and arrested with crimes that bring 5 years or more. So what the judge is doing is requiring the government not to try to take care of it by just simply pulling it over. Hey, stop it. Right. They're going to end up with a record. So thank the judge for getting all you imitation protesters a record. Ain't no doubt she works with the state authorities in a corrupt fashion. Doesn't make any sense. These people are observers, not stalkers? What does that mean? If I follow my neighbor tomorrow, can I say I'm just observing to see what she's doing? Make sure she's not committing a crime? Am I allowed to do that? See? She's deep state. And she knows people do that. And she's probably done it to some of her neighbors. Probably a little Karen Shelton. Right. At Wall's buddy Shelton. Yeah, she's just stalking. Of course, they'll say it's a bait operation, but it's bullshit. Right. That's how they cover stalking. Or good background. You got to surge attorneys and work on every case, but also work on the other case. Notify the state and local governments they're in violation of federal law. Send them target letters. Karen Shelton used to sit in the office in a corrupt fashion, commit crimes, extort the bosses, and attempted to destroy countless careers of some of the best deputy marshal criminal investigators that have ever existed. Ever. That's who she was, a piece of shit. I agree. Should have been in prison before I got there. I had to deal with everybody else's chicken shit. I agree. Gotta wonder how many of them had sex with her. Weirdo woman. Of course, the assistant chief had sex with her. That's her claim to fame. or her next claim to fame. It's when she got the resurgence of power. Well, because she's running out of men that she had sex with in powers of authority. So she went lesbian. Everything she said was thespian. Might as well be lesbian. She never told the truth one moment in her life. Right. Oh, it's because she's lesbian? Oh, okay. It isn't because lesbians attack me, right? Because they can't stand good-looking men, right? That don't grovel to the feminine. Right. Thank you, Lawrence. Like I said, I treat everybody equally. But that, again, actually, I treated lesbians better than most people. And I treat everybody fine. But well, I looked out for them because I knew they were discriminated against. Right? Just like black people. But you see, the way the deep state works is they try to get black people and lesbians to do me because I treated them well. Right? I'm supposed to hate them, you know. So again, surge attorneys. If you blocked it, I still got to get somewhere. Right. What they do is they'll say, if I send it secretly, they'll say it's not credible, and then they'll trash it. And if they can use it to make themselves famous, then they'll use it to make themselves famous. Thanks, sir. No government famous. Thanks, sorry. No, definitely change of venue. But it's impossible to do what the judge said. Oh, only the person that's 50 people standing there. Right. Driving circles around the agents. And you want us to figure what out? Okay, this. We just got them arrested. So we'll tie all the conversations together, make them each like a 5 or 6 person criminal conspiracy to murder federal agents because they said the word kill. Right. I was only driving down the street. We find out what? Not only Mrs. Good, the woman theoretically saying she's going to her doctor's office, like I told you, was a scam because all she'd have to do is drive around the block and park up the street. So somebody has a criminal conspiracy where they're telling these people to render false statements to law enforcement. That's a criminal conspiracy. That's soliciting crime. Meanwhile, I guarantee if you ask that judge in Minnesota about who that person was, she said, well, that was an innocent woman driving down the street to her doctor's office. It's already been disproven. She's an activist, and she lied, and the court accepted these lies. Criminal conspiracy to defraud the United States. Now, I'll give you another one. If that woman goes back to some media person that was there filming it, that person will be arrested also. Let's hope it doesn't go back to the judge, huh? Secret meetings at her favorite eatery. Remember that one where Obama flew in somewhere, met a judge, and then flew out? Right. He flew into Hawaii for like 3 hours, went to dinner with this judge, and then left. And the judge, decided some case that he was involved in. Right. Yeah, nobody should beat up the judge. Just lawful remedies. The rest were but that's over the line. Asking the entire Department of Homeland Security to allow their agents to be stalked because it's just observing. Like I said, they have to sue in federal court, and then you come to an agreement. Certain observers, they get cleared, and then they have to sign a piece of paper that they're held to secrecy. Right. What are they hiding? The methods they use to arrest people for narcotics distribution, sex trafficking, murder, and worse. 100%. Farking idiots. Like these people weren't cleared for shit in life, Never done anything in their life worth a fuck. And now they're the hero, stalking people. The only hero left is the stalker, the deep state stalker, Kansas, right? You don't hear Kansas protecting the president, do you? They're stalkers, man. They're deep state. They're not Republican. Same thing with the LDS. Take LDS money in the Republican Party, then you're taking blood money. Right. In fact, they're not standing up for anybody, are they? Make a good little show. Not even LDS. They're just fucking cronies. Took over the religion. That was good. Developed a good burp. Crumb bums. Right. That's just amazing. The judge orders DHS to allow violation of state stalking laws. But there's no way that they can pick and choose who's doing what. That's why it's not allowed. That's why stalking's not allowed. Or you can only stalk while you're observing. Oh, we're all observing. I'd get them attorneys and them special investigators in and into Minnesota and start writing target letters, start writing, putting them on notice that that's a violation of law to not prosecute, because it's obviously the case that you say it is. All right, stay peaceful.